Musical portraying an idyllic life in China's Xinjiang region.
这是我们家最后一件 H&M 的衣服。
To calls for boycotts. The Chinese government has been using different ways to push back against Western retail brands like H&M and Nike that have expressed concern about forced labor of Uyghurs in Xinjiang and stopped using cotton produced in the region. Many Western brands have found themselves at risk of losing out in China, one of the most important markets in the world. Here's how Beijing is pushing forward its Xinjiang narrative and what it gains from this at home and abroad. We asked a Taipei-based research group called Doublethink Lab to help us kind of trace back how it all started on Weibo. People often compare it to Twitter. One of the first posts about H&M and forced labor, it was like 3 minutes to midnight on Tuesday. And it was this account that self-identified as like a foodie and history blogger. The next morning when the Communist Youth League posted their own message, Doublethink Lab, like their researchers basically said, you know, when the Communist Youth League put out that message, it kind of signaled the political correctness of this campaign. One hashtag that got a lot of support was just simply like, I support Xinjiang cotton. H&M is the only company that has been blocked by China's major e-commerce. During the earnings call with H&M, the CEO talked about how H&M was committed to being a, quote, responsible buyer, remain committed to the Chinese market. She did mention, I believe, that 20 of their roughly 500 stores had been closed in China. The outrage kind of spread to many other Western brands. For example, Nike, Adidas, IKEA. In the domestic market or the domestic audience, what's really powerful is this idea of China not backing down or giving in to Western forces. But for foreign audiences or international audiences, it's not just about hitting back, but also kind of putting out more images that will maybe sow doubt. And on Facebook, Chinese state media is quite active.
Majid says picking cotton is a well-paid job.
On Twitter, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson sent out a tweet and it said 1908 in Mississippi, 2015 in Xinjiang, and it showed a photo of black laborers in a plantation picking cotton. And then on the other side, there's an image of like smiling or laughing Uyghurs holding like a bag of cotton. There's been a lot of efforts to criticize the U.S.'s moral standing. Obviously, the U.S. has a history of slavery, and especially related to cotton. China's form of managing public opinion is increasingly sophisticated. Sometimes it's difficult to gauge effectiveness because I think if you just look at social media, it is not a perfect lens.